I am live. 5 seconds live. And I know a lot of you are not going to see the first bit of this. I'm not coming on here for it to be a really long time. I just came on here for a couple of minutes because it's easier for me to do this live than it is to record a video. And I have time because I'm waiting for Mark to get home. And so I just wanted to sit here and talk to you for a second about something that's really important to me. Some of you guys saw my Instagram post earlier tonight, and it's about being authentic and being real. And how real can you get with me? I'm just straight out of the shower, no makeup, no hair done. This is just me being me. And I know a lot of you moms out there are like, yes, thank you, because I look worse than that. Or, you know, a lot of people get dressed up for the camera. And, you know, and that's great because we all want to look good for the camera, right? We don't want everybody to see us at our worst. But something came to mind a few weeks ago, and I meant to do a video on it, and I just never had a chance. And you guys have heard me a lot talk about being authentic and how authenticity is the key to success. And I wanted to tell you a couple of stories actually, about how I've seen that in my own life. So when I was writing my book, even still now in the editing process of it, I constantly found myself, hello guys, hi Nanda. I constantly found myself going back and reading other authors' books and trying to see their success and thinking that I had to be like that in order to be successful. And I found that every time that I did that, I was grumpy, I was angry, I was bitter, I wasn't having fun writing. I wasn't having fun doing it. When I stopped comparing and trying to look at other people's success and mimic it, I was happier. I was better for it because I'm not that person. I can't have the same success as that person in the same exact way. Same with the event I held this year. You know, I looked at all of these other events across the United States. I tried to mimic some of the things that were going on, and I didn't like it. I was having a hard time. It became a burden. And when I decided to stop and just do my own thing, do my own event, do it my own way, it flourished. It became something amazing and huge. But the one thing with the book and the conference and all of that, the reality is that you can see other people's success, but you never see the failure behind that success. I hosted a banging conference, just being real. I wrote an awesome book, but you guys didn't get to see all the failures that had to happen to get to that point. You didn't even get to see the failures that are happening even after the success. Because if you're a leader, you're constantly learning. You're constantly learning from your success and from the failures from that success. And Doug and Stacey said, just be you. Just do you. Similarly, I came across a website today from a very, very popular person. And they actually copied I had made a web ad for my book on my website. And they had literally taken, and it was my design of that web ad. Like, I made it in Photoshop. And they had literally taken that design and they recreated it with the same font, the same outline, the same everything, right down to a T, the same thing. And I know it's not a coincidence because I have a tracker on my website and I know who the person is. And so I knew they'd been scoping out my website and copying stuff for me. And I just sat there, and at first I got really, really mad. And I thought about contacting them, because there was other stuff on the website that was really similar to mine and really on the borderline of plagiarism. But I sat down and I was like, you know what? I'm going to let it go, because the reality is that success can be mimicked, but authenticity cannot be, okay? If you're a YouTuber, do you. Don't try to do everybody else. Don't try to see someone else's success and think that you have to act like that or be like that in order to be successful. Yes, imitation is a form of flattery. Absolutely, Doug and Stacey. If you are a writer, you don't have to go and read other books and see their success and write like them. what if you could be more successful than that? Just by being authentic and just by being you. I saw that with my conference. I'm seeing that with my book. When I stopped and I just did my own thing, my ideas, I had even better ideas than what these other people had done before me. And that's how the human race should work. You shouldn't be, if you're in a constant drudgery of mimicking people, then us as a society, we don't grow ever. If you're a mom, don't compare yourself to other moms. Because the reality is that your kids need a different mom than the kids next door need. They're going to come into different things in their lives that you can't see in the future, and that you were there in the right time as the right parent that they're going to need 10 years from now. Just because you didn't parent the same way as somebody else doesn't mean you're a failure. You're authentic in your parenting. Sure, you made mistakes. Sure, you failed a lot, but there's so much failure in every single success. The difference is, are you going to pick it up and learn from it and be bigger and better the next time? Or are you just going to drudge and keep mimicking and never get anywhere at all? If you're an artist or a dad or a sister or a brother or anything, no matter what you are, you gotta be you. Because the reality is that authenticity gets you a whole lot further than copying and mimicking success. My publisher once told me, my old publisher, he's not even my publisher anymore. And I think it's a Picasso quote, and he kind of tailored it towards the writing industry. And he said, good ideas are borrowed. Great ideas are stolen. But, he always had that but. He's like, but you are the original. Nobody can copy that. And people will spot a fraud 10 miles away. So whether you're fraudulent in your parenting, you're fraudulent in your friendship, you're fraudulent in your business, people are going to spot it. Eventually, they're going to spot it. So just do your thing. Do what's good for you. Share your talent with the whole world if you have to, but do it in your way. Be authentic. Be authentic, because the only way you're going to get anywhere in life is if you are completely true and honest with yourself and to yourself. So, there's my Amy tidbit for the day. But I just had to share that with you because I've actually written a blog on this about being authentic and being real. But I thought if I could share some personal experience with you, and especially the experience I just had today, you know, fresh off of that whole copying me thing, it means more. I'm more passionate about it in that moment than I would be 10 minutes from yesterday. You know, I had to do it now because I felt like it was a pretty good tip. And I feel like we're in a society where we're constantly comparing, trying to mimic success. And it's true. I mean, if you see something successful and you want to do the same thing, obviously you try to mimic that in some way because there is, in the business world, there's some learning with that. Yeah, that's totally a thing. But to downright copy or try to mimic a success, you can't do it because you can do it, you can be successful in it, but not in the same way as other people. So just be honest with yourself and true to yourself, and you're going to go far. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you have a great day. Have a good weekend.